Okay, I started filming.
They're not gonna watch the YouTube?
No, but the people are on Instagram Live putting in questions, and so they can see it live if they want to stick around, or they can just put their question in and dip out. But the YouTube people are only gonna see the stuff that's edited. Are we framed up right? You gotta make sure I look cute.
I'm kind of nervous. What am I gonna say?
Just be yourself. You're funny.
I'm not. Wait, wow, you call me funny.
It was a joke.
Saw that.
All right, guys. So, welcome back to the show.
Wait, can we start over? I didn't know you were gonna start right now. There's no action.
No, this is not Hollywood, bro.
There's something in my teeth. Okay, go.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I told you guys I wanted to do a Q&A video. You guys have faithfully been putting questions into the comment sections in a lot of these videos. I have Hannah here, my beautiful, lovely fiance, future wife. September, we're getting married. It's gonna be dope. We've been together for
7 years.
7 years. I remember.
2 months. Just kidding. I don't know.
3
days. 45 minutes.
And 72 seconds.
Dang, that's a lot of seconds.
Right. It's more than a minute. Hannah's here with me. She's gonna help me out. She's a wizard on the computer. She does editing full time. She's a professional editor, so she gets down. Anyways, she's gonna be running the computer, pulling up some questions, and helping me answer some of your questions. So, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Here we go.
Episode 1, your pilot.
Episode 1, good episode.
We got 2 guys.
Pause, time out.
Dog.
What? Oh! Oh my goodness. Okay. We're kind of busy here, people.
Crap, we're about to shoot.
Oh no, we have a dog
This is
now.
gonna happen. I knew it. I freaking knew it.
Dad, we're kind of busy here.
I freaking.
We're filming a video.
Oh, like not in the video.
You're in the real video.
In the live video.
Woo!
Yeah, just give us like 30 minutes. 30 minutes?
First question. Actually, 2 people asked the same question.
Oh.
Shout out to Claudio DeFazio.
Claudio DeFazio, I know that guy.
And Nikolai Peterson.
Nikolai Peterson.
They are asking what body kit. Oh, well, one's asking body kit mounts, and one's asking about where you got your body kit. Where did you buy it? What's the name of it?
Very common question I get about my body kit. Where I get my body kit from is Street Fighter LA. They're located in Irwindale, California. They're partnered up with like LTM Motorworks. Also, the body kit mounts, it's just, you can either rivet it in or tech screw it in. I tech screwed mine in because it helps with removal and maintenance on the vehicle.
Soul Jack Vidden asks, what's these wheel specs, my guy?
I'm not telling these fools my wheel specs. I already told you guys. I'm not telling you my wheel specs. How about this? I'll make a deal with you guys. I'll make a deal with you. If you buy a Street Fighter LA kit, I will tell you my wheel specs. It's the only reason you need them. Just know.
It's a good deal.
Just know that the wheel specs are fat. And my front wheel specs are the size of your man's rear wheel specs. Because you know the whole like, whose man is this? Hey, get your man? No? Your man Crush Monday. Your man Crush Monday runs my front wheel specs in his rear. Never mind. Hannah does. She's not up to date. She's not up to date, guys.
I'm not a car person.
She's not a car person.
I don't know if that's a car thing. Okay, from Decidius, what hydro do you have? Also, where did you get your dual caliper bracket?
That's a good question, and a question I also often get. I get a lot of questions, and so that's why I like doing this video, because I can answer for the majority instead of individually, which I try to do, but there's so many and it's so often that it's kind of like, hey, let me tell you, I'll tell you again and again and again. So, hydraulic handbrake, I run a reservoir style Parts by Max handbrake. As far as the dual caliper bracket, I got the dual caliper actual little studs online, and then the guys over at Proper Fabworks welded them in for me, and then I mounted all my lining and my reservoir and all that stuff, and we did it ourselves pretty much, but that's what we run on our car.
Man, you get a lot of love on YouTube.
Dude, YouTube, I kid you not, you guys love me more than anyone has loved me. Like, don't get me wrong, Instagram throws out a lot of love, but YouTube is really where a lot of love comes in from.
Do you have any questions from live?
Yeah, I do have a lot. Ooh, here's a good internet question coming in from I Hate 0SC. Do you like pineapple on your pizza?
Dang!
I feel like this is gonna make people hate me or love me.
Do you?
I hate pineapple on my pizza.
Do you really?
It does not taste good
Dang,
at all.
this might not work.
The man, the myth, the legend, Armand Serrano.
Dang, I like Hawaiian pizza.
I know, sorry. Let's see if there's any more.
From Skull,
Ooh.
what adapter are you running?
If you're talking about wheel adapters, I run adapters from Andy's Tires. He has a connection on a guy who makes a bunch of wheel adapters. Unfortunately, Motorsports Hardware only makes spacers and stuff, and I'm sponsored by them. But Andy makes the adapters. He has a buddy who makes them, so I get them through Andy's Tires. If you guys want some adapters, whatever it be, hit him up and he'll get you some pricing on it and you'll be set up.
That same guy, Nismo Cut, sorry if I have to say your name. Can you do a vid going over your car? Be neat to see everything and how you've done it.
Done a lot of stuff to my car. Can I do a video on how I did everything and all that? I mean, it'd be nice, but that'd be a really, really long video to go over all the things we've done to the car. I can slowly put things out. I've kind of been trying to put out videos according to what breaks and what we upgrade on the car. That's kind of what we've been doing, but I can go over some more stuff. I know I did a radiator video, which was a lot of fun to make. It's very educational. But to do one over the whole car and everything, I can do a video on like what's done to the car. Sure,
Yeah,
I can do that. But I don't know if I can go through everything that I've done to the car.
Well, maybe stuff that you've done since the first drift video. Any of y'all seen the drift video?
Oh, the E36 drift video?
Yeah, the one that was stock.
Shot and edited by this one right here. Killed it. Yeah, I can do something like that.
You can make it like a car tour video, because you know how people do
Car
like
tour?
like a room tour?
Like MTV, welcome to my car, and then walk around the car.
Like that.
Ella's suggestion, good suggestion. Homegirl Ella's behind the camera, Hannah's little sister, just so you guys know.
Okay, that guy Decidius on different video, same guy, asked, is Grange doable without a handbrake?
Grange is very doable without a handbrake. It'd be very difficult, but it's definitely doable. Absolutely doable. Gonna be harder, gonna use a lot more weight transfer and flicking of the car, but definitely doable without a handbrake. I hate Zero SCs with another good question. On Instagram Live, commented the question, grilled cheese or pizza? Well, grilled cheese is super bomb, but pizza, bro, there's just so much more going on it. I'm a big fan of Domino's right now. Domino's has been like my #1 pizza right now.
Okay, but Pizza Hut has the stuffed crust.
It does, but every time I eat the
nuts.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust, I feel like I'm gonna die after.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas I can eat an entire Domino's pizza by myself.
But see,
feel
that's
fine.
bad. Why would you?
It is bad.
Did you see this one?
Oh, dang.
That's hard for you.
Dang.
Okay.
All right.
This fool Matson Davis just asked Micah probably the hardest question. Tacos or pizza?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. A lot of people don't know this. I'm Puerto Rican and Italian.
Yes.
A little bit of Mexican, some Greek or something else in there. And I really love pizza, but I'll say this. I'm not gonna choose because it's a difficult thing to do.
You do eat tacos more.
But I eat tacos way more than I eat pizza.
That's a difficult question. That's a serious question.
That's serious. I feel like that could really hurt people if I picked. It could hurt people's emotions with that one. That's just too gnarly. It's too gnarly. I eat tacos more than I eat pizza, but I eat a lot more pizza in one sitting than I do tacos.
That's not true. You eat like
Bro,
8 tacos.
I eat a whole pizza in one sitting. I just don't do it around you because you get mad at me.
Dang, have you heard of that pizza spot? Dang, that's true. I would get mad at you.
It's true. I only do it when I'm by myself.
Okay, Vivid Betancourt on YouTube said, great / fun video, bro. Keep them coming. Ever coming to Jersey?
Thank you.
Would love to ride on your E36.
I don't know if you can ride on my E36, but you can definitely ride in it if I do go to New Jersey. I don't know that I'd ever transport my car across the US.
Yeah, because we're like trying to go to Florida, but you're not gonna.
It would be sick if we could take the car to Florida. There's a lot of YouTube guys out there, a lot of homies. Caleb Quambeck, Alberto Big Boost is out there. And that would put us in like connections with Adam LZ, and it'd be cool. And even all the Haggard Garage is actually in Connecticut. And Jimmy, whatever. I forgot his last name. But anyways, I'd love to take the car to like Florida. That'd be fun because there's a lot more homies to drive with. Even going up to Connecticut with the Haggard. Like I would love to go visit the Haggard Garage guys. A lot of people hate them like on the internet because they're Haggard Garage. They do things that you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But dude, they have so much fun. Like that's my people. I'd rather have like a competition car and then do exactly what Haggard Garage does and just like screw around and build like the dumbest stuff and just have a blast with my homies. Like that would be so sick. Those guys are cool. I like Haggard Garage. Shout out to Haggard Garage, you guys are dope. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to these fools.
Ryan Davis on your old transmission. What trans have you been blowing in yours in process of building one? Yeah.
BorgWarner Super T10. How many did we put in the car, Hannah?
I don't know, did I pay for one of them?
No, not one of those. Damn, put me on blast. We put 2 BorgWarner Super T10s in the car. The casings keep exploding. We've had controversial conversations and heated conversations with homies about why they're exploding. Big Mike. But the fact is that they're just too thin-walled, the casings, they're aluminum. And the shaft design in those, they just split apart and break, and they're just junk. And so I approached Tex Racing, and those dudes wanted to work with me. And so I got a partnership with them, and now we have a GF4A, which is a monster of a transmission.
Is that the dog box?
Yes, the dog box. What is this, girl? If you watch the last video where we go to 86 Fest, you can hear me shift that thing and it's like boom, 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 like straight through freaking gears, no problem, no hesitation. Amazing, love it.
Marquis S13 on Instagram Live is asking, when is the wedding and are we all invited as fellow drifters?
So the wedding is in September on the 8th, so very, very soon. Hannah and I will be married and together. Bought that, balled out, ball so hard.
Almost bought a different one for an Xbox.
I almost did. That's another story for another time. If you guys want to know that story, you're gonna have to comment below and ask what's the story with the Xbox and the ring. Anyways, unfortunately, we're not allowed to invite everybody. Weddings are super expensive. If we could afford it, I would love to have everybody
let's
there.
just vlog or Instagram Live the whole
Instagram
wedding.
Live the wedding. If you guys want to see the wedding on Instagram Live, I might be able to have a homie who can do that. Comment below if you want to see our wedding on Instagram Live.
I might need a Facebook Live for all my Philippine
It'd be fun.
family.
We have, yeah, Hannah has a lot of family in the Philippines, so we might end up doing a Facebook Live, Instagram Live kind of deal on there. We'll see. Dang, you look cute, girl.
I tried. I actually tried today. Okay, Chris_Boten on Instagram Live asks, do you think throwing down on a full angle kit is worth it as soon as possible, or can I get away with E46 lower control arms and E90 tie rods for a while? Livable?
Good question. I ran the E46 arms for I think about a year or so. I drifted without an angle kit for a long time, which has helped develop a lot of fundamentals in driving that you wouldn't get if you had an angle kit. And so it's helped out a lot not having one, because now when you get one, now you're way better than what you would have been if you would have just started off with one. I do have a couple homies who will openly admit that if they didn't have an angle kit, they wouldn't be able to drive. It's not their goal to be the world's greatest driver, so it's understandable. But if you want to be a more well-rounded driver, then you might want to start without an angle kit and then work your way into an angle kit. You can get away with the E46 arms and the E90 tie rods. You could even get away with just the E46 arms and the OEM tie rods. That's what I did on my car for a long time. Budget.
I'll just spell it out. XIKORANHDA.
The homie Hada.
Okay.
The homie Hada
This
asked.
question, where are your plans in drifting long term?
Long-term drifting plans, there was rumor that we weren't going to be drifting next year competitively. Shit, okay.
Who started that rumor?
You did.
Me?
You said we're going to be married, you can't be drifting no more.
I didn't say that.
I need to eat. You said I need more tacos.
Homie, you wouldn't marry me if I was stopping you from pursuing your dreams.
Fact. Put that on the screen. Again, fact. It's true. It's true. I told Hannah I wasn't going to get married if it meant I couldn't drive anymore. I would go into FD if I had a company who would do a lot of financial backing. If I can't get the financial backing, I just wouldn't be able to afford it. But really my goal, my ultimate goal with driving and drifting is to get into Hollywood and do some stunt driving with the homies like Jay Lynch, Jeff Groff, Brianna Lynch, Jeremy Fry, Baby Driver, and a couple of the other homies that are out there. That's what I want to do. I'd love to build a career stunt driving. It's like super difficult. They told me it's harder. You're better off going to school for 10 years and becoming a neurosurgeon than getting involved in stunt driving. So, hashtag prove them wrong.
AK86 on YouTube asked, so what engine is that 36?
Ooh, so there's a lot of homies running around saying they got LS's in their car. Daryl, and they don't. It's an LM7. I have in my car an LQ4, and it's pretty much a Silverado engine 6.0. It's the same thing as an LS pretty much, except the fact that it has a cast iron block and a bigger bore, bigger piston. The heads are different, things like that change on it, but That's what I run in my car.
George_49_ on live asked what kind of suspension you running on.
I run fill suspension on my car, and I also run SLR angle kit on my car, and I run proper FabWorks rear arms.
So Ella down there asked, what's the story of the Xbox in the ring?
It's for another video, save it.
I hate 0SC again. Best way to get into Pro-Am drifting.
Sign up. There really is no prerequisites to it. I would say get comfortable in your car, get comfortable in tandem, and then go sign up. The competition, at least in Top Drift, is super fierce and it's super difficult, and guys run a lot of horsepower, and you have to be able to keep up with those guys. And if homie comes in and sets the bar at 1,000 horsepower, you need to be able to build a car that can also run near that or keep up with it because you have good suspension and good tires or whatever. The bar gets set by the people in the class. There's no rules or regulations really. Most of it's FD stuff, but someone can come in with a 1,000 horsepower car and you gotta put up or shut up.
That's a lot of
So,
horses.
a lot of ponies, a lot of hay.
How do I purchase a hold-fast steering wheel and stickers for my build? Ryan Davis on YouTube.
Well, if you want to hold fast steering wheel, you can slide into my DMs on Instagram, or you can message me here on YouTube, or you can contact us at our Hold Fast page, and we do everything in-house pretty much. So we ship from the house, we paint in the house, and that's pretty much what we do. It's all ran by me, but I run it all pretty much myself. It's my company. All the proceeds go to the racing program. And also we were talking about doing some stuff where we're gonna be giving 10% of the proceeds to a ministry that we really like, that we really support, AKA the Whosoevers. So we'll probably talk some more about that. But probably be sending a percentage over to those guys because they're awesome at what they do.
Roger Babine on YouTube, did you buy E36 LS swap kit, headers, motor mount, etc.? How much power do you make?
So we didn't buy a swap kit, or we did buy headers. We didn't buy a swap kit. Everything was done by my big brother, Garcia's Custom Garage, my oldest brother, Steven Garcia. He helped us build engine mounts and he helped us build the transmission mount. That's pretty much all you need to really get it mounted in the car, and then I did all the plumbing, wiring, and essentially everything else. The only thing we didn't do on the car was the cage. As far as how much horsepower it makes, it hasn't been dynoed or tuned yet. That's kind of a part of why it runs the way it runs. But it makes somewhere around high 300s, low 400s. I'd be surprised if it made 450 at the wheel. But what you guys gotta remember is 350 wheel horsepower is really good horsepower, like at the wheel. A lot of guys have 350 and they go, oh, I have like 500, and it's like, no you don't, you have 350, it's really good horsepower. They just don't know. So I don't wanna say my exact number because I don't know what it is. I've never been on a dyno. If I knew, I'd tell you. I don't know what it is, but I assume based off of us racing other people who have been dyno, such as like Rathina Gomer, we can hang with her car and she makes around 400 something horsepower. So we can hang with her, we probably make somewhere around the same. Or we're just geared better, which is probably what's going on. Hi Gracie on Instagram Live asked, did you go to school to be a mechanic? I did go to school to be a mechanic. I never went to go be an actual mechanic, but that might be changing here in the near future. Dude, I hate 0SCs has such good questions. Got a question on Instagram Live. It says nacho cheese or Cool Ranch. You know what I like doing, which I actually did yesterday, and you're gonna hate me for this because I actually ate these chips. I mixed the two flavors together.
That's not bad.
I know, but I ate chips, like Doritos.
Cool.
Hannah hates when I eat junk food. Anyways.
I just hate if you like eat the whole bag
in
one sitting.
2 bags.
The big ones?
No, the little ones.
Dude.
So I mixed both of the chips together, the different flavors. But I like them both. But if I had to pick one, because I'll pick one for the sake of answering the question, nacho cheese. It's just
classic.
too good.
Yep.
Mattson Davis, or Matton Davis on Instagram asked, how much do you hate kids who buy fully built cars and have never drifted? I'll say this, I had a problem with it when I was younger.
Yeah.
In high school, I hated it.
Things handed to you.
Right, and it's mainly because I didn't have the ability to go buy a fully built car. I had to build mine myself, with the help of friends. But I'll say that if you have the ability to buy a fully built car, it saves you a lot of hassle and a lot of time. And you can immediately jump straight into driving, which is lovely. It did bother me before, but that was more, I think, a little bit more immaturity than actually like knowing that I hated it. Because now I'm like, yeah, I'm about it. If you can buy a car, buy a car.
Yeah, if it'll help you.
But you just won't appreciate it as much as if you built it with your own hands. And some people just don't have the ability to build things. They just don't know how to build stuff. I know I answered it right.
I was thinking of like people who have cars talk crap because they think they can drift but then never show up.
That's the problem there. The problem is that they're talking crap. How much did it cost to build your car? Joseph Meniscal, CO? I stopped counting. And
okay, come on.
Hannah's right here. Dude Sheriff on Instagram asked, who's your oldest sponsor? How did that relationship start? At UTI, I was at UTI. My buddy Carlos rolled into the shop one day. I was working on my car in class. He said, I have a buddy named Ryan Castro who does stud conversion kits for this car. Do you want me to talk to him and get you a sponsorship? And I said, yeah, sure, why not? And I didn't have any knowledge on stud conversion kits at the time, so I didn't know exactly how beneficial it was to the racing program. So I just said, yeah, sure, no problem. And then ever since then, me and Ryan Castro worked together. And then I think shortly after that, I got on to Condor Speed Shop.
And they're both still your sponsors.
And they're still sponsoring me, which says a lot, because there's a lot of people who get sponsors. They work with them, sponsors hate them, and then they leave. My relationships with Motorsports Hardware and Condor, and also developing Motorsports Fluid, are really good relationships and have grown a lot over the last few years. So that's how that started. That's how I got my first sponsor. Beam Team _Brian. Beam Team Brian, I know you, baby boy. Brian Page Howell, what's up, boo? He said, I feel like I should know this, but what rear tire brand do you run? I run BF Goodrich tires all the way around in my car. She believed it. I run triangles, bro.
I don't know.
I run triangles in the rear end of my car, or whatever is the cheapest I can get through Andy's tires.
Dang. Andy's
Hashtag
tires.
On a budget. Oh, here's a good one. Killjoy762 on Instagram Live asks, did you run the BMW motor before swapping? I ran it to the ground. I blew that thing up. I did run the BMW motor before I swapped it, and then I swapped to a 5.0 Ford motor.
Yeah.
And we don't like Fords in my family. I have a Ford truck, which is from my dad. And then after the 5.0, we went to Top Drift and realized that we brought a knife to a gunfight and swapped the 5.0 out for a 6.0. But I did run the BMW motor and I blew it up.
That was what you were using too when we shot the E36 drift video.
Yes, E36 drift video, if you guys want to watch that. That has what my car was set up pretty much for Sideways Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I took the car,
won?
yeah. My first competition, I ran the solo class. I won the competition and I blew my motor pretty much on the last run. My mom asked me, was that worth it? You blew your motor. Heck yeah, it was worth it. That was awesome. I freaking won. President Jojo asked this, besides owning and maintaining your race car, how much money do you spend on competition? Well, competition weekend can easily run you from $1,000 to $2 grand. Depending on how you run your program. You can obviously overbuy and overdrive and do all this stuff that you don't need to be doing. Or you can be very, very resourceful, like myself, and even go out to like a whole competition with like 6 tires and make it happen. But yeah, it's better if you have more stuff with you. Probably looking at around 1,200 bucks to $2 grand. 12 at the lowest, $1 grand at the lowest, I'll say.
You don't even give that good prizes though.
No, and the payout's not there. But if you're in it to get a pro license, that is your payout, which we'll see what happens with Pro-Am, which I want to make a whole nother video talking about Pro-Am.
Crap.
Oh, got so much to say. But for now, we'll keep it civilized.
Okay, well, that should be good too. Yeah.
For our first Q&A video?
Yeah, this is fun. We should do more.
Is that enough?
You have a lot more questions.
I have so many questions on the computer. I mean, between doing the Instagram live stuff with you guys on here on the phone, you guys can't see, but the phone right here. Between doing stuff on the Instagram live and having questions come in and having old questions on like the YouTube channel, there's a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
We could do more, we could answer more questions if you guys want. Let us know that you want another Q&A video and we'll put it together and get it done for you. Unfortunately, time is running out for us today, so we're gonna wrap this video up. But if you guys wanna see more Q&A videos, go ahead and comment below. Let us know that you wanna see some more of this stuff and we'll do some more stuff. What do you think, Ryder? He's about it. You about it?
Oh, you just need to put up there.
He's going to bed. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Later.
Bye.
Oh my God. All right, my dude's on Instagram.
I don't even know
I'll see you guys later.
like in it.